Just like with Attack on Titan, probably yesterday or earlier today, whenever I'm uploading these videos, we're going to do some tier lists for Berserk. Now, this is not garbage content, I promise. How much battery do we have? 55. We're in the fucking clear. This one shouldn't be as long as Attack on Titan because there's not as many characters in Berserk. It's probably more overall, but not many named characters that are worth talking about here. This will not be garbage content. Use this as a podcast. Like, put me on the background while you're playing fucking a video game or some shit. Because we're going to we're going to talk about each character individually. It'll be a fun time. Someone talking about Berserk for an hour, saying some shit you've never heard, hopefully. It'll be a fun time. Not default garbage content, I promise. So I've organized them here just like in the Attack on Titan video, in sort of when they were introduced or when they get interesting, or I put them around where it'll be proper for me to talk about them. So yeah, that's the order we got this shit in, and we put Griffith at the end, because oh boy. We'll get to that eventually. Alright, we don't need all of these. I did this with the Attack on Titan one too. Let's delete some rows. We'll just have D tier and above. This will be fine. So let's jump into it. Let's check the audio levels. We going good? What the fuck is this Audacity? I'm not gonna fuck around with this. It looks like we're going good. Let's go ahead. Alright, obviously we got our boy Guts in S tier. He's our main boy, the struggler himself. You feel a kinship with this boy that you'd feel with not many other boys. Do I even have to justify this? Guts is S tier. He's fucking interesting. He's changed so much. We've seen every facet of his life up to this point. This is actually important. This is right before. This is like 20 days before. 10 days. Holy fuck. Before we see Casca and Guts interact again. Before chapter, what is it? 359 or 356? Fuck it. We new tab over. Read Berserk online. You know what I mean? Not promoting it or anything. Yeah, 59. Before that. So we haven't seen him and Casca interact again. That could be very important because Casca is obviously my favorite Berserk character. If you didn't know, she's going to be the height of S tier. But if she pulls some shit, we could see where her character goes in the future, and it could very much change our opinions on things. So let's move on. Everyone knows and loves Guts. Let's get into some controversial takes. Puck is absolutely S tier. Puck is fantastic in every way, when he's serious, when he's funny. Both of these are exceptional versions of Puck. I prefer funny Puck because it's just better. Puck is fantastically funny. Everything about him's great. I love when he tries to fucking take over the kingdom with Magnifico. Awesome shit. Everything about Puck is funny and hilarious, and it totally fits and doesn't take you out of the thing. If you think so, you're an idiot. That's a pretty hot take. We're off to a rolling start. Puck is fucking great. He's in my top 5 characters in Berserk. We're going to rank all of the S tiers as well as we go progressively. Now we got our boy Gambino. This is a terrifying photo of Gambino, and not at all representative of most of his character. Gambino obviously is a parallel to Guts. I point this out all the time, but some people, if you don't know about this, your mind's about to be blown. Let's think about this in terms of triangles. So we got Guts, Casca, and then the demon baby fetus, right? Casca loves the baby fetus unconditionally, and she's sort of mentally not there. And Guts hates the baby fetus and wants to kill it and sees it as a disgusting leech and still loves Casca. Now this is a direct mirror to Guts' childhood. You had Shizu, who's mentally not there, Guts, who's the child, and Gambino. Gambino secretly hates the child some of the time, just like Guts some of the time, and then sort of comes around. And we'll see if eventually Guts starts hating the child again when he realizes it's sort of Griffith in some weird ways. So it's a parallel. Gambino, and when Guts tries to kill the demon child, right after the eclipse when Casca births it, he's acting exactly like Gambino did towards him, irrationally hating something just by the way it looks, and how tragic everything surrounding his like girlfriend is. It's fucking, when I first realized that, or I can't remember if someone made that point in a video or something, but that was insane. How it's a direct parallel. Gambino and Guts, Casca and Shizu, and then baby Guts and the demon baby fetus. So good. This fucking shit is so good. That being said, Gambino is probably B tier. Pretty fucking disgusting bloke. Just very interesting, great character thematically. Whenever we see him again, it's always interesting when he actually does show love towards Guts. It just shows how complicated him as a person and people can be, where they can be so nice as to give Guts the fucking ointment for his nose and have like a heartfelt moment, and also sell him off to be raped by Donovan, who's not on this list, I don't think, which is interesting. Not much of a character, our boy Donovan. Oh fuck. Casca, as I've gone over, is S tier. I've got a whole video coming out about Casca and how she's undeniably the best character in all of Berserk. So should we save the hot takes about Casca for then? Hopefully I'll get that out in the next 10 days. I didn't realize I had 10 days. I got 2 Berserk videos I want to make in 10 days and I haven't started on either of them. Fuck. Gotta work their fucking asses off. And I'm supposed to get Rock and Revy out before then. God damn it. Is Rickett S tier? We're going to save all our Casca memes for the 2 upcoming videos. Casca is the best character, that's all you got to know. Is Rickett S tier? Or is he the epitome of A tier? Is he the highest possible A tier? Is he? We're going to leave him here. We'll think about it more when we think about it. The slap is pretty cool. Rickett as a boy is pretty cool. Rickett as a man, pretty cool. He's taking after Godo, and Erica is really cool. Erica's not on here either. Erica's cute as fuck. Now, let's start with these hot takes, shall we? Judo, a painfully boring prick that I don't care about at all. Him loving Casca the whole time makes him sort of interesting. I think that's a great twist where he's like, I never got to tell her. It's pretty cool. Pippin, not really a character at all. We'll put him in C tier because he's likable. And Caucus, sort of jarring and annoying, more so than Puck ever was for me. He feels like a weird character that doesn't belong. I get that he represents like the average Man to the Hawk member and all of that. Just not very interesting. Golden Age characters besides Guts and Casca, spoiler alert, not including Griffith, are pretty lame. I think we'll get to Griffith at the end. I think these 2 carry the Golden Age entirely. I think everything besides them in the Golden Age is pretty lame. Except for our boy Zodd here. Zodd, not as good as Puck in my eyes, hot take again, but he's fucking awesome. Zodd is... Everyone loves Zodd. I pointed out previously that it's imperative that we're not positioned to hate Zodd ever, because we never see him rape anyone, or eat anyone, which is 2 very specific things that we see nearly every other demon do. He's not irrational, he's not like disgusting or anything like that. Both his designs are very aesthetically pleasing, whereas someone like Wyald, who we are meant to despise with all of our being, is pretty hideous in both forms. Is absolutely hideous in both forms. Our boy Foss. The little man's pretty cool, isn't he? I'm going to put him in B tier. He probably should be in C tier, but we're going to put him in B tier. He's pretty fucking cool. Now, Laban and, what's this one's name? They both go on C tier. They're not really much of, they're not really much of characters. They're bros. We love their bromance and everything. They're cool. Background conciliatory characters. They're really cool. They're not meant to be anything more than C tier. Maybe in the future they will be. They're always around. I'm sure they'll side with Guts in the end and realize Griffith is a cunt. Princess Charlotte. Now, Princess Charlotte is pretty fucking cool. She's very one note, very generic in her love for Griffith. She doesn't have sort of some deep thing with like Casca does to why, but she's really cool. She's really hot. Is she? She's probably the peak of B tier. She's really cool because she helps Guts and she's not like a cunty princess. She's very pure in that sort of instance. She gets molested by her dad in in an iconic scene. Charlotte, man, the fucking adulation for no reason for Griffith besides he's pretty hot. We're going to get into this when we get to Griffith because I need to make that Griffith video one day. Let's just get it out there. I do not think Griffith is a well-written character or interesting at all. That's what I'm hinting at here. We'll get to him. That's why he's last. All right. He's on here twice. What the fuck? So the king. The king is a very interesting character. I'm gonna put all of the royal family in B tier. And I'd put Julius here as well. They're like the second best thing about the prologue besides these two. I think they're better than all of the Band of the Hawk idiots and everything like that. They're very interesting. The fact that she's fucking Julius because the king didn't love her because he loved his first wife who looks like Charlotte, and that's why he has weird incestual feelings for his daughter. What an interesting, complex, fucked up, like, circle they've got going on. Awesome shit. The fact that she loved Julius and she wants revenge on Griffith because Griffith killed him. It's so interesting, and the fact that they cut that out from the anime is so good. So fucking stupid, I mean. It's just really good. It's really entertaining. All the politics here. I sort of wish they would have focused on that a bit more. This is not Game of Thrones, not nearly entirely and they have very, very, very few similarities at all. No one dies in Berserk, everyone dies in Game of Thrones. No one ever dies in Berserk, and it's sort of a problem. Like, besides these three, who dies in Berserk ever? Have we... anyone? Rosine died, that was pretty sad. Wyald died, that was not sad. I'm struggling to think that Edgar the King died. He wanted to die, it was alright. It's pretty sad, though. Ganishka died, it was sort of made sad at the end. But no one died. Mosgus died. Fuck that prick. Yeah, no one dies in Berserk. Ever. So yeah. Well, except for these two. They're dead too. And Gambino. But they're not big characters. No big characters ever died. Judo was the biggest character to ever die in Berserk. And fuck Judo, he's boring. Skull Knight, absolute S tier. I'd put him above Zodd. So mysterious, so fucking cool. Showing up out of nowhere, fucking shit up. The strongest character I think we know. I guess Griffith might be stronger because he called his fucking move in volume 34 with the world tree and everything like that. The fucking ultimate plot convenience fucking moment. He shows up, he has a plan with this sword that's undefined, and he cuts the thing that undefinedly changes the world just because the plot demands it. It's stupid, but we love it. Now we got our boy Wyald. Fucking terrible. What point does Wyald have? Wyald has point. Wyald has purpose, but you could have achieved it in such a better way. Do we really have to threaten rape with Casca so much? It's like, I get that it's to tease the rape so you know when it happens it's going to be terrible, but do we have to? Do we have to? It's such a fucking weak move. It's such a generic, of course people are going to care. We don't want Casca to get raped. It's the weakest possible thing you could do. You're going to get an emotional reaction out of us when Wyald tries to rape Casca. It's do we have to demean her down to this and strip her naked and everything like that? It's just ugh. His purpose is to set up the rape angle so that when it eventually comes by Griffith, we're even more disgusted. Which works, and he works as Guts' first apostle kill, to prove that Guts is finally becoming like a black swordsman, and everything. But it's just a bit gratuitous. The scene where he rapes the 13-year-old girl, it's not a fun time, our boy Wyald. I get that he's supposed to be despicable, but it's such a cheap move. It's even worse than in a movie when you have the bad guy kick a dog. It's yeah, alright, we don't want this to happen. This makes us hate him. Good job. And then he's goofy and shit too. It's fucking wild. Fuck Wyald. He's pretty trash. Though you have to include him if you ever want to do a proper adaptation. Ew. Where do we put the God Hand? Well, there is one exception here. Slan is absolutely S tier. Slam is so fucking hot. Oof. My fetish is Slan. Absolutely phenomenal character. I love her scene where she arrives is so fucking awesome in the troll, and you get so much insight into the God Hand, more insight than we've ever gotten before, where she's it's clear that they're not all on the same page and they don't all have meetings to discuss how to destroy the world. They just don't give a fuck. They're just out doing whatever they want to do. I think that's so interesting. It's just Griffith that has this ambition. They don't need to take over the human world. Why the fuck do they give a fuck? I don't remember if Skull Knight or Guts asks her, like, where the fuck are all the other God Hand? What are they doing around here? And she's like, I don't know, they're just floating without a form somewhere chilling. And it's like so cool. It's like, yeah, these fucking idiots don't give a fuck about the rest of this dumb shit. It's chilling out. So yeah, I really, really love Slan. Everything about her design, I think she's hot as fuck. She's interesting. The fact that she whores the fuck out, cool. Absolutely fucking awesome. Not much depth there, but she's cool as fuck. I could honestly see her becoming a good guy by the end, but we'll talk about that some other time. Void is definitely the second coolest. Not much of a character though. It looks really cool. Is sort of the semi-leader, like narrator, literally the narrator in the 1997. I'd say he gets A tier just because of his cool design, and we'll put the other two in the B tier above Foss, because I don't know. If you're going to confuse any of them, you're going to confuse these two. But I know this is Ubik and this is Conrad. I don't know. They just sort of do nothing, go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, how are they ever going to fight Guts? They're probably not. Look, they're both even crossing their hands the same way. Jill is absolutely S tier, and so is Rosine. I love both these characters. I think they're fucking exceptional. Jill is tragic. Her finding warmth with Guts and his black cloak, and it's so fucking cute. All those scenes. She's so great. Her and Puck's relationship is fucking great. Her and Rosine's relationship is great. Her contrast with Guts is great. Just great. And then Rosine, probably the most sympathetic apostle. The Count isn't as sympathetic as her. The Count isn't on here. Would I put the Count in S tier if I could? I might. I'd definitely put Teresa in S tier. I love both those characters so much. They're not on here, though. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Teresa would go in S tier. The Count might go in A tier, though. I don't know. Both these characters are fucking epic. The Lost Children arc is fucking outstanding. Great shit all around. Salat is absolutely S tier. The bro turned on Griffith. The only character I think we've seen besides Guts go like, this fucking Griffith shit, overrated. Fuck that shit, I'm bouncing. How fucking cool. Him and the Bakuraka boys fucking shit up all over the kingdom, spying in Falconia. Says fuck you Griffith. Fights Guts. Isn't like an evil bad guy. He like reflects about fighting Guts and is like, what the fuck was all that shit about? I'll never forget this. He teams up with the Ricket. Just countless cool shit. Like, what a background character to be constantly reintroduced. So cool. His design's awesome. The way he fights is awesome. His fucking weapons are awesome. The fact that he ends up being a Bucky rocker and his relationship and their whole backstory. Great fucking shit. Salat is legitimately great. Now, we got our girl Farnese, the most developed character in Berserk, and the second best character in Berserk. Guts moved the fuck into third, bitch. We got our two girls here. Best girl argument is impossible to have. They're both so great. Farnese never stops getting developed. She is easily the best written character in this entire series. I like Casca more for personal reasons, but Farnese should be number one. She's outstandingly written. She's a witch now. She went from being the most adamant religious witch hunter to being an outright witch. Like, do I need to say anything more? What the fuck? That's incredible development. It's made more complex because of this love triangle we got going on here with the top three. We ain't talking about the top three with this fucking cock. We're talking about the real top three here. She loves Casca. She takes care of her, but she gets frustrated because she sees how hard Guts works for her and how much he loves her. And then she's also fucking mad crushing on Guts, just like Shurike. And like all the girls be crushing on Guts because he's fucking awesome. She's inspired by Guts. Her relationship with Serpico. Well, let's foreshadow this by putting Serpico down here. Serpico is the lamest member of the traveling group. I don't really care about him. He sucks. He's like Judo 2.0. I'd say he's better than Judo. I think they're both lame and gross. Everyone else in the spoiler alert, everyone else in the main traveling party except for Avella is S tier, except for Serpico. He's kind of boring and lame. Back to Farnese, her relationship with her family and how she gets over that's awesome. Her learning magic, the panel where her and Farnese and Shurike are floating over the boat is one of the best drawn things I ever saw with my pretty little eyes. She's so great. Her relationship with Guts is so complex. Her relationship with Casca is so complex. I can't wait for her to meet actual Casca. It'll be so great. Her relationship with Shirake is intense. Serpico is the most interesting thing about Serpico. It's pretty lame though. She doesn't really have much of a relationship with Isidro. They're just hanging out. They have a little banter, but that's about it. Ovella has some good comedy with her. Puck trying to see her, and like when she eventually does get to see Puck, that's an awesome moment. Just great shit. Her and Mosgus are really interesting, play off each other. Farnese is so fucking great. This fucking series. Let's shit on Attack on Titan for a bit. We just rank those. Let's be honest. Everyone in S tier in Berserk is better than everyone in S tier in Attack on Titan. I think I'm ready to make that statement. Everyone in S tier in Attack on Titan is probably better than everyone in A tier in Berserk. But that's that. Izan is definitely a B tier boy. We'll put him above Gambino here. He's funny. He's sort of a joke character. He was interesting when he was first introduced. He's got a cool backstory. He's very honorable. All the good stuff. He's fun. I'm glad that he's around. He's a great background character. And so he gets a B tier, just like Connie and Sasha in the Attack on Titan one. Isidro, that boy, be S tier. I know people don't be liking Isidro. He's fucking great. Fuck that. He's above Skull Knight and Zodd. Get the fuck out of here with the lame shit. Slan is not as good as these guys. I think she's really hot, but that's where she goes. Rosine is not as good as Slan. Jill, yeah, I think she's worse than Zodd, but she's fucking fantastic, and Salat stays there. Isidro, that's our boy. Fuck yes, Isidro. He reminds me a lot of young Krillin. Does anyone else get this? Like, that's what I thought of. He's like a shonen protagonist. Here fucking shit up. He's cool as shit. Luca, that be an S tier gal. Better than Jill? No. Better than Salat? Yes. I'll go Luca. I say this a million times, but I love that Miura made the prostitute the moral center of the series. The moral arbiter, the most kind, the most loving, is the prostitute girl. That's fucking awesome. Most things just have the prostitutes be fucking abused and killed off, and we're supposed to laugh. Not with this shit. Sex work are positive. That's what we got fucking over here in Berserk. Sex work is real work in Miura's eyes. You know what I mean? Mosgus, the worst part of Berserk is Mosgus and Guts' fight. It goes on forever. I just want it to end. If I wanted to see a fight, I would fucking, I don't know, watch some shit. I wouldn't be watching Berserk if I gave a fuck about Guts actually swinging his sword. This is also why the fucking Sea God stuff sort of drags. When it's just Guts fighting random monsters, snooze fest. Get me the fuck out of town. But Mosgus, besides that, is pretty interesting. I'm gonna put him at the back of B tier. He's also very fucking evil, which sort of puts you off. So we'll put him at the bottom of B tier. The Egg of the New World is fucking awesome. I almost want to put him in A tier. Is he the peak of B tier? I'd say so. Him and Luca, that's a fucking fantastic scene. That's one of the best scenes in all of Berserk. Him telling his story. It's like, I just wanted to tell someone before I died. It was like, that's some good shit. And then Luca like gets the flowers and throws them off the cliff for him at the end because she was the only one that ever knew and she cared about him. That was some fucking awesome shit. Let's go Berserk. He could have just been a weird, sympathetic dude, but introducing Luca into the relationship and the fact that he kidnaps her and just talks to her when he has tentacles and they don't try to go for the rape angle, fucking great shit. I wish they'd do that more often. Don't have to go for the rape angle. Shirake is the fucking best. She is 4. That rounds out our top 5 characters. Puck makes it in. Fuck the rest of you. We got, sometimes I feel like putting fucking Isma here. Because I sort of want Isma to get with Isidro more than I want Shirake to. And I really love Isma, but we'll get to her. Ovella, B tier. She can be annoying. She can be good for comedy, but she can be annoying. I'll put her behind Azan and above Gambino. She works in the thing, but yeah, you know what I mean. The fucking old witch is not much of a character, a bit boring. Grumbelt is the most boring fucking prick. Why you would write, it's better than Wyald. Everyone's better than Wyald. Why would you write a fucking novel about Grumbeld of all people? Who gives a fuck about Grumbeld? What a boring piece of shit. Oh, if that didn't make people mad, let's put Sonya in S tier where she belongs. Behind Jill, behind Luca. I think Sonya is awesome. I think she's super cute. How hot take do we want to go here? I also noticed Mule is on this list. He'd be like some B tier shit. Sonya is fucking awesome. God damn it. Where do we put her? Irvine's not on here too. Irvine would be A tier. The best apostle, besides Zodd, is Irvine. Ahead of Salat, ahead of Luca, ahead of Jill, fuck it. Sonya's great. We're going to put her in the top 10 here. She's in 9th right now. Jill is 10th. I think that might stay that way. Ganishka is largely boring, but his flashback before he dies is super fucking awesome. The art aesthetic they used for those chapters, Mura uses for those chapters is fucking awesome. Those are some of the best chapters. I think it's just one chapter. That's one of the best chapters in the entire series. The fact that he was like poisoned and then he found the Behelit and like it was all the politics surrounding the Kushans. That shit is fucking awesome. Let's put him at the top of B tier. Move out of the way. Our king. Daiba is A tier. It's so fucking cool that Daiba's stuck around and now he's a good guy. It's just some cool shit. I love how they don't fuck around with like background characters. Like we all knew Ganishka was going to die eventually and we probably assumed that Daiba would go along with him. But Daiba's not that bad of a bloke. You know what I mean? He's helping out Erica and all that. What a bloke. He's an A tier. It's awesome that he's still around. He's old man comedy is fun. Good shit all around. Roderick, that be an S tier boy. Roderick is great. I can't wait for him and Farnese to fall in love. It's going to be a great time. I'll put him ahead of Skull Knight. Fuck that shit. Roderick is fucking outstandingly fantastic. Oh, the fact that he's introduced and you just look at him, you're like, this fucking piece of shit is going to be a terrible human being. He's probably a rapist. Because this is Berserk after all. He's a wealthy aristocrat. He seems slimy. It's like, no, he was actually genuine. He's just really cringy. And like, it's trying to impress her with all these flowers. It's so cool. The second foot could drop with Roderick, but he's really awesome. He's like I know that Farnese is going to get mad depressed when Casca comes back. Like, she's going to interact with Casca. They're going to be like friendly. And then she's going to like have a moment of reflection as she watches like Guts and Casca like make out or whatever over the hill, and Roderick's gonna walk up behind her and they're gonna have a little tender moment, and eventually they're gonna have a sex scene just like Guts and Casca. It's gonna be fucking great. I cannot wait for that shit. It's gonna be in 10 fucking years with this rate, but it's gonna be great. Magnifico, again, more of a comedy boy. He's definitely B tier. I'd put him behind Avella. Isma is absolutely S tier. Isma is fucking the coolest bitch I ever saw. Better than Roderick, better than Isidro. We'll put her in 6th. I think she's super cool. I thought she was going to get left behind, and I think Isayama, I think Mira even admitted in an interview that I read one time that she was supposed to like swim away with the mermaids and be like, oh, she lives happily ever after. No, she's part of the fucking party. Let's get this love triangle underway with her, Isidro, and Shurike. It's going to be fucking lit. It's great. I love her. She's fucking so funny. The 3 characters play off each other so well. We've got another love triangle. There's a million of those in this fucking series. It's great. I like it a lot. She needs an elf. Puck is with Isidro. Vela is with Shurike. Where's our girl? Isma's elf. Imagine if Puck's fucking squad of brothers like just hang around Isma and left too. That'd be cool. Though Elfhelm is probably going to get blown the fuck up before they get to leave peacefully because this prick's coming around. And it's coming around in this form. Now, Moonlight Child's not much of a character, so we'll just put him in C tier. Great fucking design. You can tell that it's Casca and Guts' like kid. It's like Casca, Guts, and Griffith in one. Because it's like angelic, and it's got Casca's black hair, long black hair. They look similar. And it has some Guts qualities there that are sort of indescribable. You can tell, like, this is Guts' kid if it was looked after. Like, this is what Guts could have been if he wasn't fucking abused since he was fucking 3 seconds old. Now let's go with the ultimate hot take we've been teasing here. Griffith is definitely better than these two, but Griffith, I feel like, sucks. Not because he's a rapist or because I hate him, but as a character. Now, I've never had the balls to try and write this down. It's a very complicated thing. I'm not entirely sure. How are we going for time? We're at 30 minutes. I don't know how long I'm going to go on about this, but I think Griffith is boring as fuck. I think his scenes and his chapters are interesting because Sonya's great, Zodd's great, Irvine's great, the apostles around him are pretty cool, Mule is fine, these guys are fine, characters around him are usually really cool. Griffith himself is the most boring motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. What is Griffith? Is he even a character? Like, in the Attack on Titan video, I had a section where it was like, this person is not a character, a nothing character. Griffith is a nothing character. He has thematic depth, but, like, what is he? Like, and not in a good way, like, oh, it's so mysterious. What is Griffith? Like, we have no idea. Like, why would I care about this stupid fuck besides the fact that he raped Casca and I want to see him die? Like, what? I don't understand. And people are always like, oh, what a deep character. Like, his theme, his speech is cool. His speech about only viewing friends as his equal, people that are his equal. It's like, what does that... why would he think that? How was he born? Was he just like, all the imagery with him is really cool. The pettiness in the cut chapter is really cool, where he's like, I love the moment, and I talked about this is like my second most popular video, the I Want Wings scene analysis, where I say like, it's so cool when he comes to God is literally in front of him, and he's like, I will give you any form you desire. And he looks at his hands and he says, like, in the most, like, selfish, like, petty, bitch fashion, like, I want wings. And it's like, out of anything he could have wished for, God is in front of him. He's summoned the dragon with the Dragon Balls, and his wish is, I want wings. It's such, like, a petty, like, menial, like, I want to be able to fly because it's cool sort of thing, when so much more deep shit is going on around him, and sort of he ignores all that and focuses in, I want wings. And it's so cool, the pose he does. Like, I think that's excellent, but like that's the most character we ever see in Griffith, and it's technically not even canon. Like, who is Griffith? I don't know. He has no relationship with Guts or Casca that we ever see. Like, he's vulnerable, he sells himself to his body, and he has a bad reaction, but like, that tells me nothing about his character. When he sells himself to Ganon, and he's sort of not petty about it, but he kills Ganon anyway, and sort of because he has some pride, and like, he's clever, but like when Casca wakes up, right? This is actually a good way to put it. I cannot wait until she interacts with all of the people we've met along the way. I can't wait to see her have a conversation with Farnese. I can't wait to see her have a conversation with Shurike, Puck, Isma, Isidro, Roderick, fucking Skull Knight, Zodd, Sonya. That'd be an insane conversation since they're parallels to each other. Any of these characters, the God Hand, if she ever meets him again, Griffith, I can't wait till she like talks to any of these characters, because she's a fantastic character and she has a personality. Now, it's probably going to be different when she awakes, of course, but like, who is she? We understand, you can go into depth about who Casca is, who Guts is, who Farnese is, who Shurike is, who Puck is, who Isma is, who Isidro is, who Roderick is, who Skull Knight is even, and we know nothing about Skull Knight. He's just really cool, cryptic, and he's really badass, and he saves people, and he's our boy. He's a reliable boy. He saves us at every turn. Describe Griffith to me. Like, if Griffith was to have a conversation with Judo, nothing would happen. What would they even say to each other? I also think about it this way, like, what if you had dinner with Griffith? Theoretically, you take him out of a manga, presumably you don't have to fear for your fucking life, and you just have dinner with him. What would you talk to Griffith about? Like, why did you sacrifice your friends? Because I didn't want to die. I was selfish. The If I just died there, everyone that had died for me, it would have meant nothing. What are the lives of these little people to save the world? Like, that's all interesting thematically. It's interesting. Like, the speech he gives is interesting. But who is Griffith? Like, what would you talk to him about? You'd ask him that question, he'd give you that answer, but there'd be no personality behind it. Who is Griffith? Like, I constantly see this, like, the deepest character, like, he's so layered, because he's the embodiment of what the fuck is the philosophical, like, question, like, the many over the few, like, what is this little sacrifice of evil for the greater good? The greater good, that's the thing I'm looking for. He does everything for the greater good. Is it justifiable to rape Casca so that you can impregnate her and then you can take over her baby's body to reincarnate yourself to save the world? Is that a moral thing you should do? Obviously not. I think most people would say that, unless you're like an absolute utilitarian. That would be weird. But like, that's not Griffith as a character. That's him making that decision, and he sort of makes a sympathetic, like, Griffith does nothing wrong until he rapes Casca. Like, everything else is completely forgivable. Like, if he had just killed Casca and Judo, and Casca doesn't get raped by all the demons and everything, then we could forgive Griffith no problem. Like, so what? We forgive a million characters over the years who killed characters that were, like, important to us. And you're like, oh, whatever, you killed him. But rape is something most people will not forgive, and especially Guts, because Casca is fundamentally his wife. Like, you're not going to get away with that shit. I just don't understand how Griffith is in any way interesting. What would a Griffith and Charlotte conversation be like where they're not talking about the themes of life as an expositional tool, so Guts and Casca can overhear them and be reminded that they're not as ambitious as him. He's ambitious. Again, that tells me nothing about his personality. It's just like a trait that he has to push the plot forward. He's the ultimate He's the ultimate plot device to push the plot forward. And rape is an easy way to get you to hate a character. There's no way besides that you'd ever hate Griffith, because he's just not interesting enough to hate. Like, besides him raping Casca, what did he do? You didn't care about Judo that much. Don't give me this bullshit. Who cares about anything else? Guts lost an arm. He's fine. He doesn't give a fuck. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Like, there's nothing there. And if anything's there, it's just implied, and it's stuff you're elaborating on, because there's, like, no scenes with Griffith. Like, there's a lot, but he doesn't do anything. Well, he does things, but he doesn't say anything. He's not interesting. Like, he doesn't have a personality like any of these people. Like, they're all so cool, they have great moments, and sure, Griffith has cool moments, but it's in spite of him having no personality, not because he has personality. It's just weird to me. I just don't see it. Did I babble on for about 5 minutes? I did it for about 8 minutes. I think that's all we've got to say. I don't understand. Help me out in the comments. I just don't see why anyone would be interested in him besides the fact that we're going to kill him. And that's not a critique of Griffith chapters. I think Griffith chapters are fine. I think they're cool. I like a lot of them a lot. But only for the other characters. Like, I really love Sonya. I really love Zodd. Irvine's awesome. Mule is, I guess, an audience insert for weak people. Lamau. Back when Guts and Casca and when the royal family, like, I really like them as a characters. They're the ones that played off Griffith in that early portion of Berserk that made him interesting. But, like, he is nowhere near as good as any of these. Slan has more personality, and she's been in like 3 scenes, and she's so awesome. And Griffith's just like, I'm ambitious and have no personality, and I'm thoughtful and clever but have no personality, and I'm thematically relevant and have thematic weight. It's actually interesting, but it's not me that's interesting. It's these thematic concepts that are interesting. I don't get it. Fuck. I'm touching the screen because I got a touchscreen laptop. Now I fucked up where Luca was. I think here, that seems right. Wait, I did the thing with in Attack on Titan where I counted if there were more girls or more guys in the S tier. So how many do we have overall? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It's a lot more than Attack on Titan. 16 S tier characters in Berserk. Fuck yeah, boys. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 16. That's more girls than boys. Not again, but for the first time. That's cool as shit. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 9, I think I just said. And my battery's gone to that. And that's just in time because I think I'm done here. I am recording in OBS, right? Oh, I nearly had a heart attack. I don't know. I think I'm done. I'll see you all for the chapter reaction when the next chapter comes out. I think that's the next. Oh no, I'm doing 2 fucking videos before then about Berserk. Berserk videos are coming back in a big way. I got one about the Casca moment and why I think Casca is undeniably the best, since I didn't really talk about it in too much detail here. There's one scene that makes her the best. The video is going to be called The Undeniable Scene, where Casca becomes the best character in Berserk. I'm going fast. And then I want to do a hype video, sort of in the music video sort of format I did for the other ones. It'll be cool, I think. That'll be like a creative project. That'll be a hype video for the next chapter. There's a cop car at 11 p.m. outside my door. That's fun. So with that being said, support links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks.